Hi and welcome to Cheekyricho Cooking's Walnut and Cheese Savoury Biscuits. The ingredients are in the recipe box below. We are going to be using the Thermomix, but you could use any food processor or your ThermoChef if you like, or you can do it by hand. If you buy ground walnuts, then you won't even need to use a food processor. You can actually just do it in a bowl. First thing that we're going to do is add our walnuts to our Thermomix jug with our pepper, our vegetable salt, and our paprika. And we're just going to blitz that until it's nice and combined. Okay, just for 10 seconds on speed 6. Okay, and this is what you should have. Now we're just going to add our remaining ingredients, which are parmesan cheese, tasty cheese, it's just been grated. You could use it in chunks if you like, but this has been in my freezer, so I'm going to be using it. And butter. Now we just need this to be combined with our just plain flour. Right. Back in, and we're just going to mix this for 20 seconds on speed 4. At the end of that time, this is what you should have. We're just going to tip it out onto a silicone mat, give it a bit of a knead to put it all together, wrap it in our silicone mat and pop it into the fridge for an hour to relax. Just give them a little wiggly jiggly. Now just push it all together. You can see it's really quite mixed up, and we need that to get quite firm before we bake it. Okay, just into the fridge for an hour. Okay, our cheese and walnut shortbread has rested in the fridge and become quite relaxed. I have now taken it out of the fridge and allowed it to come basically to room temperature, and this is going to be a very, very short recipe, which means it's going to be a little bit difficult to manage. So you can do it between sheets of baking paper if you like. You can use your silicone mat, and I'm using a cookie cutter, so you can use, you know, Christmas star sizes, whatever you want to do. This has got a crinkle side on one side and a straight side on the other side. Pretty old, and that's what we're going to be using. You may be better off rolling it in between 2 sheets of baking paper, and that'll make it a lot easier to manage, especially if you're living in a warm climate. Okay, we're just going to dust this fairly liberally with flour. We're going to bake it at 180 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. Make sure each time you cut it, you just do that and it'll release easily. Dust your rolling pin as well. And we want to roll this out about just over 1/4 inch, about 5 millimeters thick. You could use blue cheese in this too if you like blue cheese. Press some sesame seeds or some poppy seeds into the top if you like. You could also sprinkle it with some chili flakes. Not everybody likes sweet stuff, and at Christmas time generally that's what you get to eat. I'm just going to cut our circles out with this and pop them onto a baking tray that has been lined with baking paper. Once you've rolled this all out and taken out all your little circles or your shapes, you can then roll up the excess pieces and just re-roll them and recut them. Okay. Now, if you're going to have trouble lifting them off, and it's quite possible, just use a little spatula. I've got a baker's helper here. Same thing, brush that with a little bit of flour and just ease it off and pop it onto your baking tray, and continue with the rest. Don't put them too close together because they will actually spread because of the high butter and cheese content in them, and you don't want them all to run into each other. They'll come off quite easily, and that's what you should have. Okay, our cheese and walnut shortbread are fresh from the oven. I've just cooled them. I've got a big bag full of them here to give away to family and friends, and you can see how lovely and crisp they are. Really buttery and short, and the cheese is giving it a really tasty, almost smoky flavour. But of course you could use whatever cheese that you want in these cookies. Serve them with some nuts and dried fruit on a platter with some cheeses of your choice. I hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration of Cheekyricho Cooking's cheese and walnut shortbread. If you'd like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our Cheekyricho Cooking channel, and don't forget to please subscribe, and do come back and visit us again soon. We've got so much more to show you, and we're uploading lots of videos. And from our kitchen to yours, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching.